Hello everybody and welcome back to more Diablo Immortal with the Closed Alpha, which just started last night. And like with the technical alpha, we're going to play through the game. And there's been some significant changes to the start of the game, the pacing, and like where Westmarch falls into place when you actually get there and everything. So we're just going to jump in and remake our monk from the previous videos. If you want to see the technical alpha videos, I'll put a link in the comments, but otherwise we're just going to move on or redo what we already did before, but with obviously all the changes. So the reason I'm doing a monk is because I want to see if there are any changes there, plus it's consistent with the stuff we did before. But they did allow the Crusader to be available for testing. And the Crusader is really cool. I'll do a whole video on the Crusader in the future. But so far, dig in the Crusader. And if you just wanted to see like the customization options for the Crusader, you got these 3 heads, so that's pretty nice. And then for the female, you have these 3 heads. So pretty cool if you ask me. All right, so we're gonna make our monk. I like the female monk. It happens to be up there with like my favorite of how the voice actress works, and then also the looks of it. And it's the same way in D3. I tend to like playing the female monk more than the male monk. So we'll make her. Oh goodness, what do we want to... Can I actually use my same name as my other character? Maybe? Yeah, that's because I named my Crusader that. So we'll just do the very, very creative thing. And just add monk to the end of the word. Sorry, I know. I'm the most creative person ever. I'm looking forward to jumping in and doing this again.
The dock for Wortham. That whole village has gone to hell. You sure I can't take you someplace else?
No. Ina has set me upon this path, and I shall not waver. Beyond this forest lies the village, yes?
Aye. Follow the road and be on your guard. Unfortunate things happen to travelers in that forest.
Then may the gods bless both of our journeys, friend.
I do believe that the boatman is the same voice actor as the Templar. I think I said that maybe the last time, but I don't remember. Yeah. We know how to play. We got our virtual stick. I am playing on my iPhone 11, same as the last time, except this time I am capturing with a capture card as opposed to just recording screen footage. So we'll have some longer videos because of that. Because before I was limited to how much space on my phone I had at any given time, which was honestly not a lot. And screen recordings take up a significant amount of phone space. So yeah, definitely just gonna utilize the capture card this time around for longer videos. This test also has a longer, oh, cool. It's giving us Dashing Strike right off the bat. This test also has a longer testing period, so we'll be able to get through up to level 55 pretty quickly. 55 is currently the cap for this test. And there's some really awesome stuff coming in this update. So if you want to know all the details of what's in the closed alpha, including a new faction-based server-wide PvP system that is completely opt-in, go check out my Everything You Need to Know video. Again, I'll put that in the comments. But a lot of this is the same.
An outsider, drawn where they do not belong. Yet you are too late. Wortham is dead.
Bring it on, Putrid Desecrator. Definitely not Gome. Yeah, a lot of this is the same, but they have updated quite a bit of stuff. Okay, so before there was a lot of voice acting missing. There still is because they're adjusting things as they go. I already noticed quite a bit of dialogue that is different compared to before. And I think that's totally fine. You know, I don't need voice acting at the moment. Let's put Wave Strike on our skills. So same thing as before with how they're giving us the, you know, the abilities in what order. Although we should probably look. So 7-sided strike is 8, right? Yeah. Okay. Mystic Strike is 15. I don't remember Mystic Strike. I do remember Exploding Palm being 20. And everything else seems about the same. Was Wave of Light really 41? I don't know if it was before, so we're going to have to compare and contrast. Man, models on this looking nice and sharp. After them quickly, I'll secure the gate. You see, like this doesn't have voice acting. Bring the offering, the gift of blood shall open our Lord's path. And that's because this is different than what I remember it being the last time. You there, what's your purpose, stranger? I received word that Wortham has been attacked. The mayor requisitioned aid. What can I do to help? The mayor? Acrates, bless that man's soul. Those cultists you just carved through attacked the town and dragged our people toward the caves in the west. You're here to aid us? Then help my men kill those bastards and bring back anyone who lives. Go, please, hurry. Well, we'll guard the gates with our lives, I promise you. Cool. New feature unlocked, mini-map. The best feature in any game ever. So there's a couple cool new things that we should talk about. So obviously, this is different. There are several large pieces of new, like, questing content. There's 2 new zones, which we didn't even get to the end zones in the last test for this little series, but we will this time. I'm going to go quite a bit more ham with longer videos, so we'll definitely get there, and then we'll check out what the end game is like with the Monk and the Crusader, for sure. But the thing is, yeah, we have 2 new zones. One is 45 to 50, and that is the, like, it's a monk-focused area, so that'll be cool to check out for us, playing as the monk on this one. And then the 50 to 55 is a barbarian-focused area called the Frozen Wastes. And a lot of the stuff on the way we've noticed have been changed or altered slightly because they did change where you get Westmarch unlocked. Before, it was quite a ways through. We were like past level 20 at least before we got Westmarch. But now it's basically right after, or very close after you kill Skeleton King in the Orc, that you get Westmarch. And it doesn't give you everything at once, right? Before, like, you got to Westmarch, you go to, like, Kane's workshop, and he'd give you a bunch of lore dump, and then you'd go do the challenge rift, and then it would take you down to, like, the dock area, and then you would go to the inn down there, and there would be an altercation, and then eventually you would go to the desert zone. I just spaced on the name of it. So, like, all of that was there before. That's no longer the case. You do still do the Kane thing, but instead of taking you all the way through that huge, like, quest line, you just do the challenge rift, and then it takes you to do the rest of this zone, essentially, which is nice.
Another sacrifice. To your flesh, the Lord of Damnation shall have his prize.
So it's nice to have that change because he talks too much. There, now he's all uber powered and we can do fun stuff like this. So yeah, they paced it out a lot better. So you get access to, like, bounties earlier, which is nice because you get extra rewards from those. You get access to the challenge rift earlier, which is also nice because you get some gear from that. So, like, overall, I think getting Westmarch earlier is better. And one of our big criticisms of Westmarch before was that it felt like you suddenly just unlocked, like, thousands of things. It was like a constant tutorial of, you're in Westmarch now. Are you ready for the big game? But that is no longer the case. Yes, there is a lot to unlock, but it doesn't feed you with a hose immediately, which I think is a lot better.
Gods. He killed them. He killed them all.
You're all right, friend. Tell me, do you have the strength to make it out of here?
Yes, I think so. Wait, one of the others had a portal scroll, but we couldn't reach it. There it is. Come, let's leave this miserable place forever.
As a reminder, Diablo Immortal does take place between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. And there are some characters from Diablo 2 that will make their return in Diablo Immortal.
I didn't thank you properly, friend. I'm Corin, the village's blacksmith. If you need to improve your armor or weapons, please see me.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and close this out first. Oh, no. Okay, so it went into the... the new little thing. At least I'm pretty sure this is new. I don't remember this before. That's the problem. It's like, it was, what, 4 months ago that I last played. My eyes upon you, weep in despair. And there was some other text there, but it goes too quick because there's no voice acting. Yeah, anyways, yeah, back to what we were doing. We're going to ignore that. We're just going to go ahead and equip our gear. So here's a problem. And I noticed this the first time I played it, and my wife has access to, she had the same issue where you get to the blacksmith and you're like, oh yeah, my gear. Let's look at my gear. And you go to look at it and you go out of here and then the cinematic plays. So it does kind of feel like that needs to be not sorted out or anything, but it's just, it feels awkward. And then you can't talk to the blacksmith to do your salvaging that you were going to do before because now you have to go over here and talk to Cain. So there's a lot going on. Remain calm, everyone. We are not bereft of hope yet. Friend, you've arrived at quite a difficult time. As you can plainly see, the townsfolk are ill at ease, but we should be safe enough here for the moment. My name is Deckard Cain. I'm a bit of a traveling scholar, one might say. Lyra here mentioned you saved Corin from the cultists before that sudden commotion in the square. Please tell me everything. It seems dark forces have set their eyes upon Wortham. The cultist leader mentioned a Lord of Damnation, said he was seeking some prize. That face wreathed in flame could have only been his. Lord of Damnation. Things are far worse than I imagined. The forces of hell are seeking a shard of the World Stone, an artifact with the power to create entire realities. 5 years ago, the demon lord Baal nearly brought all of humanity under his thrall using that stone. If the demons were to obtain even a shard of it, the results would be catastrophic. We can't allow that to happen. Adventurer Cain, cultists are attacking the western gate. We need help holding them back. Please help us. No one else can. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can go do that. Essentially, this is like the starter tutorial area, just as it was before, but it's slightly different, right? Like there are definitely things that were not the same as before, and that's totally fine. Salvage all that. I should probably go ahead and heal while I'm at it. Those cultists or zombies? Because, gonna be honest. Oh, there is a cultist in there. Fine, I'll hand it to you. You were right, it is a cultist. The attack came from the west. There must be another stronghold there. Don't worry about the town. Go, show the cultists no mercy. Sure thing. I'll do that. Ooh, a conduit shrine. Is that, I wonder if that's always there, because that was there when I came through on my Crusader yesterday. Kind of a curious thing. Ooh, bunch of gold, bunch of XP. We got Wave Strike, rank 2. So one of the issues that we had in the technical alpha that I brought up was that early on the monk felt weaker compared to the barbarian. So last test I did barbarian and monk. The barb just felt great from the start and very slowly petered out in feel. Not that it felt worse, but just that I felt less powerful than I did towards the beginning of the game. And some of that is down to the gear that I found on the monk versus the gear that I found on the barbarian. But at the end of the day, it did kind of feel like my skills were having an impact, but just didn't feel as great to use by the time I got to like level 40, right? So when it came to the monk, it was the exact opposite. It felt really bad to begin with, and then it got really strong later on, and it felt incredible. You'll remember like the last couple episodes of the technical alpha series, I was like completely praising the monk. I was like, this is incredible. This feels so good. And it was a problem that, you know, I kind of felt like when I first started playing the monk, I was like, oh, this isn't as good. But then it felt really nice towards the end. I will say, so far, so this is my first time playing the monk in the closed alpha. And so far, it does feel a bit better than I'm actually not going to use 7-sided strike here. As crazy as that sounds. But yeah, it definitely feels like the monk feels a bit more powerful. Now, whether or not that's because I played the monk before, and I kind of have an idea of how to set up some of these combos, or whether or not things are slightly scaled better for lower level, it just does feel a lot better to play. So anyone who is a monk player will feel happy to hear that news if you paid attention to the previous series. And, you know, that's a good reason why playing the monk again for this series rather than a different class is good, because then we can kind of compare and contrast the two tests, provide feedback as necessary. But like I said before, I am going to dive in on the Crusader and do a full video on what I think about the Crusader, because so far it's really fun. And it's been the case so far that most of the classes feel better on Immortal than they do in D3.
And the rite is nearly finished. The way will open.
A little bit of frame rate droppage there. Ooh, I leveled up though. Apparently there's a lot going on here this time around, because, you know, the frame rate did drop pretty significantly, and that did not happen when I played through on the Crusader yesterday. So I'm curious what's going on there. Ooh, that was odd. They all had Molten going on, so they were going to explode afterwards, but then they didn't, so I'm not sure what happened there. That feels so good to do. Kitty. Fine, we'll kill the giant beast. I do like this because it is an intro into kind of what to expect boss-wise later on. And that is definitely followed up with the bosses later on as well, being awesome and epic. Way more than they need to be for me being level 9, you know? It gives an expectation, which is perfect for a tutorial area where it's kind of teaching you about the different enemies. Oh, I did not get that off in time. That sucks. Right, let's pick up this experience globe. Get me to level 10. Dash out of that. I will say dashing strike is super nice to have, and I missed it terribly on the Crusader. The Crusader has falling sword and also steed charge, except steed charge is called drawn quarter because it automatically comes with the rune from Diablo 3, drawn quarter, which allowed you to essentially grab enemies and pull them along with you. But the drawn quarter for Immortal does the same thing. It grabs enemies as you move past them, not just the ones that you grab as you activated the skill. And then it changes your main attack that I'm spamming at the moment to allow you to attack while on the horse. So you're like riding the horse, slashing around you with things drawn behind you. It's really cool. But that brings me back to the point I was trying to make as we were starting this boss fight, which is that in general, I would say, most of the abilities in Immortal feel better than they do in Diablo 3. just in general to use. And that is definitely the case with the Crusader. I think we're gonna evaluate the monk as we go. So far, I think Dashing Strike is fun on Immortal, but it's different. It's very different.
The power to create worlds, or a simple rock. Perhaps both.
Kane will know what to do with it. You see how like some of these are not some of these are not voiced and some are. Some of it is just different writing added and whatnot. So it's totally normal for things like that to be. Okay, so we hit level 10, so we get this extra slot. So now we're going to use 7-sided strike. Yeah, it's normal for games that are in development to just not have the voice acting in, because it is much easier to change story and story beats or tutorial areas, right, when you don't have to worry about the voice acting there yet. Let's go ahead and salvage the rest of this stuff. Good old single button drop on that one is still nice, where you can select all of them. Gotta love that.
What you've accomplished is miraculous, my friend. To face such foes and live to tell the tale. Simply astounding.
You're lucky I arrived in time. The cultists were summoning demons. Their leader called out to the Lord of Damnation, a demon named Skarn.
Skarn. I have never heard of this name before. And as far as I know, there is no demon lord of damnation. Most troubling.
Indeed. And there's the matter of what we do with the shard. This sort of power does not belong in mortal hands.
On that, we agree. You see, I did not come to Wortham by chance, my friend. A Herodic ritual allowed me to divine the location of several world stone shards.
One was here in Wortham, the other lies somewhere in nearby cemetery of Ashwold. I came here hoping to obtain the shards and destroy them if possible, before calamity descends upon us all. Can you tell where the new different lines are? Be not alarmed, my old friend, for these frail bones come to you. My apprentice Lethis, through foul means, acquired a shard of the world stone. Wow, this is all just going on its own. I'm not touching it. So Zool is just talking a lot about stuff, significance of stoner sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't do anything. Zool was auto-skipping that. Damn you, Zool. But that is different. That's interesting. Examine Zakharum scrolls.
Within our hearts exists an ember of light. Zakharum feeds it, protects it. Through faith and obedience alone can one's inner light repel the darkness.
I don't know if that's new, but I've never noticed that before. Darkness is spreading once again, and it seems I must ask the impossible of you. Will you help me collect these corrupted shards and save our world from oblivion? The patriarchs ordered me to walk these lands, but I did not know why. I followed the path regardless. That journey has now led me here to you. That is not coincidence. It is fate, and I will rise to meet it. From the depths of my heart, thank you, friend. Before you leave, I have a few gifts for you. The first of which lies here on the altar. While it may be simple, a good map is of vital importance. It will surely aid you upon your travels. I think this is when we get the little cinematic thing. I believe. I might be wrong. No, I'm right.
This is sanctuary. To protect it, you must cross many lands where forgotten evils linger. Yet you must go without fear into the heart of the unknown. This burden falls to us. A chance to fight the darkness. to ensure our home's survival. For a new evil covets the World Stone's power. If a shard falls into Hell's clutches, our world will burn.
Okay, that sounds bad. Here, this portal scroll has been specially attuned. Once you have reclaimed the Worldstone shard from the Ashwold, you can use that scroll to open a portal to Westmarch. There, we will find a means to destroy the shards forever. Very well, I will join you as soon as I am able. Be cautious on your journey to Ashwold, my friend. Cool. We're going to continue forth. One thing I do want to quickly mention, as it says, well done, level up, fight evils, right, yeah. New feature, invite to party, battle.net friends, all that fun stuff. We're going to go ahead and claim rewards. Here, we'll claim these. Wah. Gotta love daily challenges and whatnot. Give me all of that XP. Tap to open the zone map. Okay, yeah. World map. Close map. All of the fun little things here and there. Didn't get any loot from that.
Let me know.
So, one thing that I want to quickly mention is the setup that I have going on right now. I'm using an Elgato 4K 60 Pro capture card, which allows me to plug my phone straight into my computer and capture on my computer rather than on my phone, which, as we mentioned earlier, saves a lot of phone space in the end. But the thing that I want to quickly mention is that thing is very expensive. So if you would like to help support the creation of these videos, and honestly all videos, and on top of that, help support me, support my family, because the money that I make off of all this literally goes to buying like food and paying rent and is essentially my salary. If you want to help support all of that, then please either become a channel member. You can do that down below. That money, yes, it processes through YouTube, but it is a thing that goes straight to the channel. Plus you get some cool features on YouTube, like some unique emojis to use throughout YouTube. Is this a better weapon? No. Another way to do it is go to patreon.com/OSWguild. The link is in the description of this video. And that also is a pretty good way to do it. If you don't have any way of monetarily supporting, I totally get it, right? This last year's been tough for most of us. So just go ahead and make sure you're subscribed and that you like the video. That helps out a lot. We're trying to battle the algorithm boss on YouTube. It's a tough fight. It's very tough. I need a full party. So, but by essentially going and making sure you're subscribed, that you like the video, and that you leave a comment, that stuff really does significantly help. You would be shocked with how much that helps get the video out there to more people. And then, you know, you get, well, one, you get more people to talk to, you know, in their community, which is great. But also, those other people are able to help support as well. And, you know, it all kind of snowballs and makes the process way easier. So thank you for watching so far. I am really enjoying Diablo Immortal, and I just, you know, need to get the housekeeping stuff out of the way for you before we jump in here.
Thank Akarat for your help, but my husband, he's still in danger. Our home is to the northwest. He's all alone with those bandits. Please don't worry about me. Help him.
Okay, we can do that. I have a, yeah, welcome to Closed Alpha. Thank you. It's popping up. It's going to want me to go fill out the survey, which if you're ever in a closed alpha, a beta, or whatever, make sure that you do the surveys, because it really, really, really does help provide feedback and data for the team making the game. It does help them make it significantly better. Another point on that capture card thing, after we talk to this guy, I guess.
1,000 blessings upon you, friend. Ashwold's always had the occasional bandit. Nothing like this, though. What luck brings you to my door?
I have my reasons. It seems Ashwold has become overrun with the undead.
Do you know anything about that? Is what it says there, but she didn't say.
Aye, the whole guard's been fighting them for weeks. My son joined up at the Crypt of Honor Dead just this morning. If you find him, I'm certain he can tell you more.
So, the capture card does appear to wash out the footage just a tiny bit. Now, I have ways of fixing that and changing it, but I did just want to mention it in case you notice it and you're like, it's not as vibrant as it should be, or, you know, things are not popping as much as they should be. I will slowly adjust that over the episodes as I see fit, trying to dial it in. So if you notice things become a little bit more vibrant and the contrast goes up on some videos, it's because I'm just trying to dial in the settings here to make it look like I see it on the phone, right? I'm not trying to make it look different. My goal here would be to make it look exactly like I see it on my iPhone. And, you know, it's very clear the iPhone has a really nice screen. That much, I don't think anybody can really argue. So trying to make it look anything like that will be nice. But of course, we're also blowing up the footage to fit on a YouTube video. Not by much, but there is a tiny amount of scaling going on here to make it slightly bigger. Even though I put the bars on the top and the bottom in the video just to kind of cover up the fact that it's a weird resolution. So that's something to consider. Yeah, don't judge my bars. I did my best to make them look as pretty as possible. But I am running on a phone. This game is available on iPad, though some content creators have been having several issues with it this time around, getting it to work properly. And one of the things, once I'm done fighting this stuff, I think I'll show you. One of the things I make sure that I do on the phone, even though it drains my battery pretty significantly, is I go up into the settings. I go to graphics, because there are some graphics settings here, so like you can change it. I do have it on ultra, and I do have high FPS mode on, but it should mention that the high FPS mode does drain your battery very, very quickly. So if you happen to get into the test, or you get into future tests, because there will be tests coming up in the future, make sure that if you're having really weird, like you get into the game and it feels really choppy, just go check that. It will drain your battery very quickly, though, so just keep that in mind. Like, I streamed the game last night. I don't know if I'm going to make that VOD available watchable. So keep an eye out, I guess, on the channel to see if I make that public. But I did stream last night for an hour and a half, and I went from 100% battery down to, it was 15 by the time I was done. So something to keep in mind. There's a bunch of people here. Let's suck all these guys up, take care of the blue guys, and then move towards our main mission. I feel like we level very quickly. Like last night in an hour and a half, I got to 20, whatever my Crusader was at the start of the video. I played briefly, so last time we played, we're trying to resurrect him. Last time we played in the Tech Alpha, this thing is really bothering me, so I got to get rid of it. Boop. Yeah. Boop. Okay. It's just that constant notification in the corner was rather annoying. Last time we played, I felt like level-wise, we got the first few levels pretty quick, but then after that, it felt kind of slow. Not this time. I feel like I'm leveling up so fast.
Where is Asila's tomb?
The Queen's tomb was hidden. The dead deserve their rest.
Wrong answer. The dead serve me. A fact you will learn soon enough.
Fine, bring it on.
It's your turn. So I suggest you speak quickly. Where is the tomb?
I don't know. None of us do. Only the Queen's handmaiden knew its location. I swear. Let this stop this. Your wanton disregard for life ends here. You will be brought to justice.
So, how I tire of your jealous attempts to suppress my potential. Now with the power of the World Stone at my command, I will obtain true dominion over the dead. Your entire lethargic order will be swept away and replaced by one with the ambition to reshape this corrupt world. You are a relic, old man, and you are no longer needed.
Jeez. Forgot how brutal the dialogue was. Zul, you good, bro? Got a little shamed there, didn't you? Kind of feel bad for him. Can I? No, I was gonna see if I can do the whole bouncing off the wall thing here. Even though there's technically no wall, it's just a cliff. Ooh, there's better? Yes, they are. Equip.
Thank you for your aid, adventurer. It appears I must go and teach my former student another painful lesson. The guard still lives, it seems. I leave him in your capable hands.
Oh, what a day. Certainly didn't expect to get choked by some death mage when I left the stead this morning.
That death mage isn't past killing for the information she seeks. That handmaiden is in grave danger. I need you to help me, or that girl is as good as dead.
Light mercy. You're right. Wait, I know. Captain Asmir at Guard's Watch. He knows the maid. If you head there right away, there may still be time.
Okay, we can do that. I kind of feel bad for the guard, but you know, you got a little taste of reality, I guess.